Hello, I'm Richard Hooper and this is SatTV. Now I'm pleased to be joined by Ferdinand Kayser, who is the Chief Commercial Officer at SES. Ferdinand, there's been a lot of talk recently in the industry about the satellite industry having to reinvent itself because of the perception of cost and whether it is a truly mainstream technology. What do you feel?
But we are reinventing us constantly, and in fact it depends on the application. So, and we should take a few examples in the area of video. And a very important new development for us is ultra high definition, which for sure will be a very important development, also corresponding to the demand of the consumers who continue to require a very high and, if possible, a higher and higher quality of the picture. Ultra HD is distributed in a new compression technology, not MPEG-4 anymore, but HEVC, which allows us to be as efficient as possible. And we know that the satellite, the economy of the point to multi-point distribution of the satellite is unbeatable compared to the other infrastructure networks like terrestrial, cable or IPTV, and on top you have the ubiquitous coverage which cannot be beaten by any other distribution infrastructure. Similar developments or similar factors are true for other market segments. For instance, in the area of data, where we are going to have the so-called HDS satellites, the high throughput satellites, which are allowing us to have more megabits out of one and the same megahertz. So more and more efficiency, and of course more and more cost efficiency for data distribution via satellite. And here we see very important developments regarding mobility, maritime broadband and aeronautical broadband, and these are applications for which the satellite is the only distribution infrastructure, as others you cannot have a cable connection to a plane or ship or IPTV via terrestrial distribution.
Now I'm going to pick you up on the Ultra HD. Years ago we heard about 3D, that was going to be the game changer. Is Ultra HD really going to make that jump?
Yes, and 3D was a development, but which did never have a real breakthrough because there was no glasses-free 3D. So watching 3D with special glasses was not accepted by the consumers. Ultra HD is completely different because a very important factor is that Ultra HD is absolutely self-explanatory. You see it, you are so impressed, you want to have it, and ideally immediately. And Ultra HD is offering the consumer a completely new experience, in particular with screens becoming larger and larger, and larger screens becoming cheaper and cheaper. And it's very clear that, and we have seen it with high definition, and we see now the same trend with Ultra HD, the new screens, the new Ultra HD screens being produced are becoming cheaper and cheaper year after year. So there is no reason anymore not to buy an Ultra HD screen in order to be equipped for the Ultra HD content which is going to be distributed.
Now in terms of competition, there are a large number of regional operators and there's some big global operators. How do you stay competitive?
Correct. Of course, for us it is key to be as competitive as possible, and for this we differentiate ourselves from the competition, and we do so in extending our position in the value chain for the various market segments. And one very prominent example is the video market segment, for which we are not offering the satellite transmission capacity, but we are also offering the full suite of technical services, starting with the content management, the playout, the encoding, the multiplexing, the encryption, so allowing our customers to focus on content and marketing. And the reason why we are the first satellite operator in Europe and in the Americas, North America and Latin America to distribute Ultra HD content is because we could capture these customers. And Fashion 1 4K is a good example. High TV, Pearl TV are other examples. Is because these customers get from us both the capacity and all the ground segment services in 4K out as one solution.
Now, you've mentioned that the speed to market, getting a satellite up into orbit to take advantage of developments, is too slow. Can you really see that changing over the next 5 to 10 years?
We are working very closely with the industry, with the satellite manufacturers, in order to shorten this time to market. And of course, one element is with the satellite manufacturers as such. The other element or the other dimension is with the launch service providers. But indeed, up to now, between the signing of the contract and the launch of the satellite, it's an average of 3 years. We would like to shorten this one because time to market is also becoming more and more essential in order to be competitive and to be in a position to adapt to various market developments, as we are acting in a highly evolutive environment. There are various possibilities which we are discussing with manufacturers in order to do so. It will not be substantial, it cannot be reduced from 3 years to 1, but every quarter we succeed in reducing will be beneficial for us.
Ferdinand, thank you very much.
My pleasure, thanks.